or canola oil. You could also use an olive oil. Topic that we got a request for. I think it's always surprising. Thanks for the great questions, you guys. Thank you, Sandy. Looks good, doesn't it? I want to hear from you guys. This is the show for you. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good. So many wonderful people on tonight. Thank you guys for being here. So I'm excited to talk a little bit about healthy snacks today. This is a topic that we got a request for, so I wanted to make sure to deliver and give you guys what it is that you're wanting to see and hear more about. Hey Elizabeth, thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the mishap earlier, but we're all good to go now. So this morning, what I'm gonna do is give you one simple tip that's gonna help you make a healthier choice when it comes to snacks. And all you have to do is remember this one thing, which can help you either put together your snacks at home if you're doing a little bit of meal prep on a Sunday to prepare for the week ahead, or if you have completely forgotten to bring anything to work with you and you have to go to the grocery store, the gas station, or maybe there's just a pile of snacks at work that you have to choose from, remembering this one thing can really help you make a healthier choice and prevent those sugar crashes and help you be more productive for the rest of the day, give you a little bit more of a sustained energy throughout the day. Before I go ahead and give my spiel about that, I want to hear from you guys what some of your favorite snacks are. So go ahead and drop them in the comments section below. It doesn't matter if they're not healthy because this is, a learning opportunity. If you do eat some snacks that maybe are not that healthy for you, hopefully we can all share some healthier snacks to get you on a train to where you are eating a little bit healthier. So after we talk a little bit about that one tip, I'm going to show you how to put together 3 really easy snacks that you can store away on a Sunday and grab and go during the week. They're very simple. They're not labor intensive because I'm not all about spending a whole Sunday meal prepping. Hi Mom, thanks for tuning in. Hey June, hey Reese. Pickles, guac, copious amounts of hummus. Oh, wonderful, because hummus is definitely part of the show today, and copious amounts, yes. Lindsay, a mini yogurt parfait is my favorite afternoon snack lately. Awesome, we've actually got that one here today too. Billy, unsalted roasted peanuts, unsalted almonds, fresh fruit. Perfect! You guys are good. You guys probably don't need to watch this show. But maybe you can share it and help, maybe your friends or your family or someone else who is in dire need of some snack help. So real quick, I'm gonna give you the one tip that's gonna help you choose a healthier snack or build a healthier snack. And that tip is make sure that your food has 2 things. The first is a fiber-rich carbohydrate, and the second is protein. And by pairing those 2 together, you prevent your blood sugar from spiking really high and then dropping really quickly, giving you the hangries, for one. Also, you feel exhausted, lethargic, tired, unproductive. You don't really want to do anything else for the rest of the day. And so that can happen when you skip a meal, but it can also happen if you're eating something that's not giving you sustained energy, something that's not really regulating your blood sugars very well. And I think we all know what that looks like, right? We know what the hangries feel like. I just want to share a quick little video that you guys probably have seen before, that this is how I feel when I'm hangry. Anyone? That's how I feel. You guys have probably seen that. It's like gone viral on Facebook a while ago. Hey Ashley, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, that kind of sums up the hangries for me, at least. I don't know. Maybe you don't get that low, but sometimes I get pretty low. So without getting too sciencey on you, I do want to just give you a visual of the importance of combining that fiber-rich carbohydrate with a protein. And to give you a couple of examples, if you don't know already, of what a fiber-rich carbohydrate would look like, let's first think of carbohydrates. So fruits, right? That's the first one. So apples, bananas, pears, oranges, berries, pineapple, mango, kiwi, all the fruits. All of the fruits in their whole form are going to contain fiber. And so those are considered fiber-rich carbohydrates. Some other fiber-rich carbohydrates could be hummus, like Reese mentioned, so beans. Some other examples would be, you know, there are some vegetables that are going to have a little bit more carbohydrate, but also some fiber in with them, like sweet potatoes, or peas or snap peas. So those are just some ideas of some fiber-rich carbohydrates. When you get into more of the like starchy, bready kind of things, you're just going to want to look for a whole wheat version or a whole grain version. So whole grain or whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread. So those are also going to be fiber-rich carbohydrates. In terms of protein, I think we all are familiar with our protein sources. Of course, you know, animal products like chicken, fish, beef, pork, but dairy products as well. So kefir or yogurt are also good sources of protein. And then some more plant-based sources of protein are going to be things like nuts and seeds or peanut butter. Hummus is actually a wonderful combination of both a fiber-rich carbohydrate and protein. So a lot of those plant proteins, you kind of get the best of both worlds there. To give you a little visual then of what this looks like, so again, that fiber-rich carbohydrate paired with a protein is going to help stabilize your blood sugars and give you that sustained energy throughout the day. So here's a nice comparison. The graph on the left gives you an example of how your blood sugar would react if you were to eat a snack of an apple, the fiber-rich carb, with some nuts, a protein. Of course, everyone's blood sugar is going to be a little bit different, but generally speaking, this would be the effect that it has on it. So you can see about 30 minutes, you know, into eating that snack, we've sort of like peaked here, 20 to 30 minutes, you'll peak at your blood sugar, which is just a little over 100, which is a very healthy, normal level for your blood sugar to get to. And then you see that it just kind of slowly comes down over time, nothing too drastically. So you can see that it's pretty stable over a period of time. Now, if you compare that to, say, an iced coffee drink that is sweetened with a nice muffin, maybe you drove by Starbucks or your favorite coffee shop and you were just really low, super hangry, you were like, I need anything I can get my hands on. And also something to remember, when you're at this low point, when you're really hungry, your decision-making abilities are very much impaired. And so you're not really looking out for your best interests. You're not looking out for that healthy snack. You're looking out for that sugary snack or that starchy snack, salty snack. So really trying to prevent this from happening in general is going to be very helpful for you, but I understand, you know, sometimes it just happens. So compare that to this, you know, sweetened drink with the muffin. We see that at about 20 to 30 minutes, we've really peaked compared to this one at 20 to 30 minutes. So we're, you know, close to 250, which is considered a high blood sugar. And because the carbohydrates in these foods are absorbed so quickly in the body, your body just really eats it up. It removes the sugar from your blood very drastically. So then shortly after eating, your blood sugar has now dropped to a pretty low number here, almost too low, making you feel hangry, shaky, and jittery again. So this really has a poor effect on of course, your blood sugar levels, but it doesn't make you feel good. You feel horrible after. So the idea is to shoot for something much more stable like this. And you can do that by pairing a fiber-rich carbohydrate with a nice source of protein. So again, just to reiterate that, these types of things are going to be digested and absorbed a lot more slowly than these things, which are going to be absorbed a lot more quickly and give you that quick energy versus sustained energy. So Ree says, I always feel guilty for eating nuts because of their fat content. That is a very common concern, but it's a healthy fat, right? So even with peanut butter, like we're about to use some peanut butter, it's a healthy fat. It's good for your brain, your heart, helps to, reduce some inflammation in the body. Keep it to like a handful, which is roughly 1 to 2 ounces, which is a healthy serving size of nuts. Fat actually can help to keep your blood sugar stable too, after a longer period of time. So fat is absorbed very, very slowly and has a very small effect on your blood sugar immediately after you eat, but a greater effect on your blood sugar like hours after you eat. So if you know that you're really gonna skip a meal, having a little extra fat at your snack is a good thing to do. So if you know that you're not gonna, maybe you're doing photography at a wedding and you don't have time to sit down to eat dinner, maybe you do have like an extra handful of nuts with your fiber-rich carbohydrate just to kind of last you to that, the tail end of the wedding so that you can actually eat a little something. Shelly, I'm terrified of those frozen sugar coffee drinks. Regular coffee is what I like. So that's a really good point too. If you did stop at a Starbucks and you wanted a little something to treat yourself, and you did want that muffin, you know, sometimes we all just need that sugar and it's totally fine. What's more important is that it's not a regular thing, that you don't do it, you know, every day or consistently. The every now and then thing is going to be okay. You still might not feel that great after you eat it, but instead of having a sugar sweetened coffee drink, you could just do, you know, regular coffee with your favorite milk in it, and don't add any sweetener, and let the sweetener come from the muffin or the pastry that you really want to eat. So that's just another way to kind of balance it out there too. Cool. Thanks for the great questions, you guys. Great questions and comments. Hey, Kiki. So this first one is one of my favorites, which is a peanut butter pumpkin dip for your apples. So pumpkin is very high in fiber. Whenever you get this at the grocery store, just make sure that it says 100% pure pumpkin. You don't want that pumpkin pie filling because it's going to add a lot of sugar, preservatives, and additives that you don't need in there. And so we're going to mix pumpkin with peanut butter. We're going to drizzle in a little bit of maple syrup and add some cinnamon, and it's going to be one of the most delicious things that you have ever tasted. I'm not kidding. And then we're going to slice up apples and use it as a dip. So let's go ahead and we'll get these mixed up. And what we'll do is, since we are kind of meal prepping this for the week, we'll just use this whole can of pumpkin. If you didn't want to use the whole can of pumpkin because you just wanted to try this recipe one time, you could just use, you know, half of the can and then save the other half for later if you decide that you do like it and you want to make some more. Or if you don't really like it, you could use this in your morning oatmeal. I know we have some oatmeal eaters on here, so that's another way to add some extra fiber, some extra vitamin A, some cancer-fighting beta-carotene. Really, really good stuff in canned pumpkin. Okay, and then, so we're gonna do equal parts pumpkin and peanut butter. I'm going to rinse this spoon off so I don't contaminate my peanut butter with pumpkin. And I'm using a creamy peanut butter. You also could do a crunchy, chunky peanut butter, which adds a little bit of texture and is also really nice. The thing with your peanut butter, again, look at the back. Make sure that it just says peanuts and maybe a little bit of salt. That's all you really need in your peanut butter. So we've got about, I'm gonna say, a cup of pumpkin. In here, okay? So pumpkin and peanut butter. I know this looks a little crazy right now. And then we'll do a little bit of cinnamon. I feel like you can't ever overdo it on cinnamon, but, you know, start with a tablespoon and then go from there. And then we're really just gonna do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, pure maple syrup. Kind of eyeballing this because I make this all the time and I'm pretty good with eyeballing the measurements. It's beautiful. I'm gonna give it a quick taste. Yeah. And the great thing about this is you can tweak it. If you like more of the pumpkin flavor, add a little bit more pumpkin. If you want more peanut butter flavor, add some more peanut butter. But it's a really, really lovely, lovely dip. Okay, so then the apple slices. So we want this to be ready to go, right? When you're at work or wherever you are, you're not gonna have the ability to use a cutting board and a knife to get your apple open. So I've got a fun little trick here. We're going to pre-slice. So your apples are gonna brown whenever they're cut open and exposed to air, but if we can stop the exposure to the air, kind of like an avocado, then we can prevent it from browning. All right. And if you don't have rubber bands at home, check your fridge, because a lot of times the produce that you buy is wrapped up with rubber bands. So there you go. You just keep your apple together like this. You're reducing the exposure of oxygen to the cut side of the apple, and you've got it to go. And then we'll just package some of our dip This stuff is really filling. Like I said, there's fiber in the peanut butter and the pumpkin, and there's fiber in your apple. And then you would, cut up your other apples, however many that you're gonna wanna take to work, and then you'll just stick all of this in the fridge. And there you go. So that is snack 1. Okay, on to snack number 2, hummus and vegetables. So here we've got our fiber-rich carbohydrate and protein packed in this hummus. If you're someone who likes to make your hummus from scratch, by all means do it. Today we were just trying to be really quick with everything so that you don't feel like it's a lot, and I didn't want to overwhelm you guys. So again, hummus. And hummus usually, at restaurants is used as almost like a spread. And the serving size on the container of hummus is 2 tablespoons, which is like that much. And to be honest with you, that is not enough hummus for me. So don't feel like you're not allowed to eat any more than that, because this is your source of carbohydrate and protein. So you could double or even triple it as a snack. There's all good stuff in here. Beans, healthy oils. This one has olives in it. Like, this is healthy stuff. So you could have like up to half of, I would do like up to half of a cup. And then what we'll do is throw our vegetables right in here. And you can also do this with a mason jar too. You could put the hummus on the bottom and stick your vegetables right on top. And so I've got a red pepper and some of these little snap peas. They're my favorite. They're so good. They have this natural sweetness to them, and they're a perfect dipper for hummus. Oop. So I'm just going to kind of plop them in here. And this is another way to get your vegetables in. I think a lot of us kind of keep the vegetables to mealtime, and then when we're not prepared to make vegetables at mealtime, then we don't even get the vegetables at all. So just doing a little bit of thinking ahead and finding ways that you enjoy eating your vegetables like this is going to help you get those 5 to 9 servings that are recommended a day. Okay, and then we'll cut this pepper open. And we'll just do some strips here. Again, any pepper that you like. The green bell peppers are a little more affordable at the grocery store. But your raw bell peppers are going to be a really good source of vitamin C. And then depending on your color, you're going to have lots of antioxidants and other phytochemicals that can help reduce inflammation and prevent cancer in the body. So lots of good stuff. Try to think of colors when you're doing this. Again, these would last, these would also last a good week in the fridge. I really, I wouldn't try to prepare any more than a week's worth of snacks, because things start to not taste as good and kind of their quality diminishes. Okay, and then the last one is going to be a very simple yogurt parfait. Trying to fit a probiotic food into your into one meal or snack every day is a really good goal if you're someone who isn't really getting a lot of probiotic foods, and yogurt is a really, really easy, good way to get that in. And so what we're gonna do is combine our yogurt with some frozen blueberries. Yes, they're frozen, but once you put this stuff into the refrigerator, they're gonna thaw, and their juices are actually going to drip all throughout the plain yogurt and make a nice kind of healthy sauce for you. So that's why I like to use the frozen fruit with this. The frozen fruit is also good to have on hand in case you wanna just randomly throw it into things like this. And you know that it's going to stay good. It's not gonna go bad like the fresh fruit might if you're not using it up quick enough. Okay, so I like the Siggy's brand. This is not a sponsored video, so I don't want you to feel like I'm only saying that because I'm getting paid for it. I really like it because their sweetened varieties do not have a lot of added sugar. They actually have the lowest added sugar on the market of any yogurts out there. So that's why I really like the Siggi's yogurt, and I like their plain version because it's really thick, and I like that. If you're someone who doesn't really like the thick yogurt, then just choose, a yogurt that you like. But what's most important is that it's a plain variety so that you're not getting a ton of added sugar, which we know is gonna spike those blood sugars a little bit higher than you want them to go. Berries have a very favorable effect on your blood sugar. And so that's it. That's really simple. You could add some granola if you wanted to. I would recommend keeping it separate so it doesn't get soggy over the week. All right, so we'll just put these in the fridge. So we've got the yogurt, we've got the hummus, and we've got the apples with the peanut butter pumpkin dip. I'm glad that I was able to kind of clear up some, misinformation maybe that you've heard along the way about fats, snacks, protein, hummus, whatever it is. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm happy to answer them. Also, let me know if meal prep videos like this help you at all, if you want to learn, some other tips or techniques for meal prepping, or just anything in general related to food, nutrition, and cooking. That's what we're here for. So let us know, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the Sunday. Thanks again, guys. See you later.
PeoriaLife.com